My name's Frank Humphries, and I, along with Anthony Keeling, will be inviting members of the public to join us for the second series of Sceptics versus Believers. This evening, myself and Anthony Keeling will go head-to-head without our public guests to give you a feel for what's to come during our new series. Also joining us will be psychic medium Karen Sherlock from the Wirral on Merseyside. Now, I'm still 100% sceptic, and Anthony's certainly going to have his work cut out to prove to me spirits exist. But since we were last at this location, there's been a number of reported supernatural experiences. So it's going to be interesting to hear what a gentleman who works here has to tell me later. Now, before I go inside and have a chat with Team Believer Anthony, let me first welcome you to Morecambe Winter Gardens. Morecambe Winter Gardens, originally known as the People's Palace and Aquarium, first opened its doors in 1878 as a seawater swimming baths. In 1896, T. Baxter and R.B. Abbott bought the building and established the Winter Gardens Company, a company which was to last for only 12 years before going into liquidation in 1908. In 1909, W.H. Broadhead and Sons bought the building, giving it the new names of the King's Pavilion and Empress Ballroom. For many years, the theatre had a policy of showing silent films and variety shows. In 1933, a group of local businessmen purchased the building for £24,000, and just 1 year later, a major refurbishment was complete and the theatre reopened. The then chairman, Harry Smirk, travelled the country attracting many of the top names in show business to Morecambe, with the likes of Laurel and Hardy, Al Reid, Gracie Fields, Morecambe and Wise, Morecambe's very own Albert Modley, Shirley Bassey, the Rolling Stones, and many, many more. Unfortunately, in 1977, the Winter Garden closed its doors to the entertainment world, and the building slowly started to decay. Just 9 years later, in 1986, a group of local residents formed the Friends of the Winter Gardens. Their prime role was to save the theatre from being demolished. Today, the work of the Friends ensures that the theatre is maintained and accessible to the public and undertake fundraising activities which include providing charity collection boxes to local businesses and special events to help fund further renovation. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. What an absolutely fantastic location this is. And I'm sure Anthony Keeling will agree. Anthony, welcome back to Morecambe Winter Gardens.
Great to be back, can't wait to get started.
Right, okay, well, before we do get started, I want to have a little discussion about when we were last here. You want to reenact some of the things that have happened here, yeah?
There weren't just a few, I mean, there were a lot of things that were going on, mainly being the chair moving.
Anybody here that want to play?
There's a little girl here that wants to play. Do you want to come and play? I bet you can't move one of those chairs.
Stu Buchanan and myself, we were saying it was more like an optical illusion, whereas you and Barry, you were more leaning towards it being...
The chair moved.
I believe it was an optical illusion. You're telling me that it definitely wasn't an optical illusion.
No. On this occasion, I brought a few trigger objects with me.
Yeah.
If that chair moves, we'll know about it.
There was a situation where myself and Stuart, two Sceptics by the way, we were in the ladies' bar, I believe they call it, and right between the two of us, I heard what sounded like a female voice, and it was like that trying to talk. It sounded like that, yeah. What's then, Stu? What's that? What's then, Stu? What's that? What? Do you not hear that?
No.
Do you know what that sounds like to me? Like a woman's voice right next to you going...
To hear a female voice as a skeptic,
Yeah.
I can't think that you can justify that at all.
Well, to be honest with you, that's why I'm happy to be back here. I want to go to these areas where these paranormal events allegedly occurred, and if there was a female there last time, then surely as a spirit in this building, that female will still be here.
Yeah.
So what do you think about us having a medium join us tonight? Because the last time we were here, we didn't have a medium. Is it going to be good for you to see a medium here?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously Karen, I've met her before, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again. Okay. I believe that with the help of a medium, there is chance of more paranormal activity because it's something that they do on a daily basis. So to have a medium will only help us. There is absolutely, without a doubt in my mind, that she is a genuine medium. And anything paranormal happens, you've not got a chance this time, to be honest.
Right,
You've not got a chance.
So you really believe that I'm going to walk out of this building as a believer?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, You guys at home are going to be watching that later, and I don't think that's going to be the case. I may carry Anthony out because he's absolutely petrified. but other than that, I think it's going to be interesting to see some of these reenactments. It's going to be interesting to get into the environment where we were last time. What is your idea of the afterlife?
My idea of the afterlife is the fact that there's some part of us that can exist on different planes. And we move through those planes as we go. So just if we die, then our spirit will pass on to another plane. Right. And sometimes those planes do cross over, which is where we get that paranormal activity.
Do you think human beings are just being greedy? Are we just saying, because we've had a life here, a new life is going to be waiting for us on the other side? Because human beings, I think, are a bit greedy sometimes, and I think that we all tend to think that everything is made for us and everything's all about how human beings should have a really good life and a really good afterlife.
It's not a case of being greedy, just a case of being that there will be different levels of existence. It just feels like everything's sort of like heavy. Like the bottom of my face, it feels like my tongue's swollen up.
You don't mind? Put your tongue out. No, you look fine.
I feel like I'm starting to talk as if my tongue is swollen.
Could that be paranormal?
It could be something that's affecting me in this building.
Okay, the viewers at home, if you've ever experienced, if you've ever been to this building and experienced what Anthony's experiencing here, then send us an email, let us know. We're going to go into this location this evening. We're going to see whether any paranormal activities here. We're going to have a little walk through the building first, so it's going to be interesting to see how we feel, yeah? All I've got to say to you is, are you still a believer?
Absolutely, definitely.
I'm still a skeptic.
Not by the end of tonight.
Well, you're not going to change my mind. I don't believe you will anyway. But
we'll see.
the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
In the paranormal pudding.
Aye, yeah.
Okay, well listen, I'll speak to you shortly when we do a walkthrough.
Okay,
all right.
thank you.
Nice speaking with you. Okay. Well, there we go, Anthony Keeling. He's still very much a believer, and as you've seen and heard, I'm still very much a skeptic. Now, there's a gentleman that he is a friend of the Morecambe Winter Gardens, and I believe since we were last here, there's been a lot of paranormal activity. So I'm going to have a chat with that gentleman now. He's just here. His name is Peter Wade. So, Pete, really nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks.
All right, nice to be back. Let's take a seat.
All right.
Okay. So, Peter Wade, one of the friends of the Morecambe Winter Gardens. Tell me a little bit more about your paranormal night.
Okay, well, there's one or two events on the floor above us where we have
which is
the veranda. There was an occasion up there not too many weeks ago. We were on the veranda, we sat down, there's some very comfy chairs up there. And then suddenly in the room next to us, there was a huge bang. The windows in there flew open and there was a great gust of air blowing through the building. The first thing I've got to say is it was a windy night.
Okay.
But those windows have never blown open before, and they've never blown open since.
Do you think if there is a spirit in this place, do you think there's more than one?
I believe there is, from what people, the questions are asked, how many spirits are in this room or in the building or whatever. And it's, well, the numbers can be very large.
Is there anything ever happened in the gentleman's bar since we were last been here?
Yes, I think I can't think of anything very specific.
Right.
Nothing astonishing.
That springs to mind, yeah.
But there is sort of low-level activity, I think, really throughout the building. Right. And so it's just these kind of hot spots where perhaps there's a bit more going on.
Since we were last here, has there been anything to change your mind from being a skeptic to a believer, or are you still a skeptic?
I am still a skeptic, despite interesting experiences. I'm not convinced that a lot of groups really get to the paranormal activity that might be here in the Winter Gardens.
Peter, you're a very interesting gentleman, and it's been absolutely fantastic speaking with you this evening. I wish you the best of luck, and all the friends at the Morecambe Winter Gardens. You've done an absolutely massive job renovating this building, and I wish you all the best of luck for the future and on your paranormal ventures. All the best, Pete. Take care, sir. Thank you. So there we go. Even though the paranormal mystery within these walls continues to grow, Mr. Peter Wade is still very much a skeptic. Now, earlier, I spoke to a member of the public. I wanted to know whether he'd had any paranormal experiences. Now here's what he had to say. I'm going to have a little chat with Alex. I want to know whether he has ever had any kind of paranormal experience. Alex, really nice to meet you.
Nice
Frank
to meet
Humphries,
you.
yeah. Right, Alex, as you've just heard me there then, I need to know, have you ever had a paranormal experience at all?
Possibly.
Right.
Well, when I was about 10 or 11, when I lived in Nottinghamshire, walking across the bottom of the stairs at home, a few times I thought I saw someone walking across the top of the stairs when there was only me in the house.
Was it a full-blown apparition? Was it, what was it exactly?
It was sort of an adult-sized sort of person shape.
Do you think imagination might have played a big part in that then?
There is a possibility it could have been that, but you don't know, do you?
Have you ever actually seen anything else since then?
No, not really. But as you get older, you get a bit more sceptical, don't you?
Can you tell our viewers, do you believe in spirits from that experience, or are you sceptical?
I'm open to the possibility.
If you've seen a spirit, right, a ghost of someone that's lived and passed, would you tell anybody else?
I don't think I'd be able to keep it to myself. I think you'd have to tell somebody.
What about if somebody else told you that they'd seen a spirit? Would you believe them?
It's hard to say without being able to record it or multiple witnesses all at once.
Yeah. Alex, thank you very much. You've been an absolute star, right? And I'll let you get on with your shopping because I think that's where you're going. See, that's the thing about members of the public. You just never know what they're going to say next. Now, our medium's just arrived. Before I have a chat with her, let's take a look back and see what we all experienced the last time we were at the Morecambe Winter Gardens.
I bet you can't move one of those chairs.
Last then, Stu. Cool, that. What?
Very extreme. No, hold on a second.
Right, so you're saying like a ghost-like sound.
If that was you, do you want to make that sound again?
Yeah, but you've just criticised me for taking it to an extreme.
Did you hear that?
What was that?
If there's anybody here, can you please make yourself known now?
It's getting really cold in, you know.
I get more and more sceptical as each occasion like this goes by.
Really want to show the skeptics out there that you do exist. I think you do as well.
I did hear like a young girl's voice way in the background.
Paddy's been very calm about somebody coming up behind him and there's no one there and pulling his coat.
I'm not sure whether you heard that at all, but definitely heard something.
The human brain is an incredible thing and it can imagine things.
It's definitely something, yeah. So what I felt, I've 100%.
In his mind he's wanted to feel something so much that he's imagined it, I don't know.
Now, I'm here with the lovely Karen Sherlock. Karen, really nice to have you here with us. Nice to see you, Frank. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Very well, very
good.
Good. Right, okay. So, Karen, tell us a little bit more about who Karen Sherlock is.
I'm from the Wirral and I've been a psychic medium for the last 30 years.
Okay.
I'm also a rescue medium as well. Okay. I do classes and workshops and I also teach this as well.
Okay. Do you do paranormal investigations at all, Karen?
Yes, I do. I like doing the vigils, I like doing seances as well. Okay. I like spirit activity when they come in. I like to see the proof that they give you.
I'm sure Anthony wants to ask you a couple of questions. Anthony, do you want to ask me a question?
Yeah, I mean, really good to see you again.
Thank you.
Are you picking anything up as you've arrived here tonight?
Yes, I have. In this location I have. I feel this is quite active with the history that's here as well. And I feel it in the auditorium. You know, maybe on the higher levels there'll be more activity. I do feel that there's somebody around you at this present moment in time. Right. So I don't know whether you're feeling anything around you.
That was one thing earlier on when Fran and me were doing our talk earlier on, that I had a really strange sort of sensation, like the bottom half of my face was really heavy. I was saying that my tongue was all swollen up. Not a nice feeling.
Why is he getting them feelings?
I feel that Anthony's actually picking up possibly a staff member, possibly when the theatre was new, because that's the era that I'm going back to, maybe 1800, maybe a bit slightly later than that. And I feel that time, you know, there wasn't the health service that we've got now, so that could have been a condition that they impose on us, as in them being in spirit, for you to understand who they are.
Right. How would you explain that?
Could have just been a natural emotion within you. People, I'm sure, out in the public will have had that feeling before. If a gentleman comes through here tonight and he stands in front of me and he tells me, yeah, that was me, my tongue felt swollen, I had this wrong with me back in 18 or 19, whatever, then other than that, I've got to say this is your natural feeling, your emotion at that moment in time. You now believe what Karen said has now put credibility to what you felt earlier on?
Definitely.
Ever been here before?
I've been here once before, but only as a guest. I didn't work at all.
Okay.
I only come to see the building.
Well, listen, it's going to be interesting to see if you can pick up on some names, see if you can pick up on any other feelings. You know, this is the kind of evidence that I need to try and convince me as a skeptic. Karen, are you ready to do a walkthrough?
I'm ready.
Anthony, are you ready to do a walkthrough?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Karen, after yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, okay, Karen, just straight through and then to the right. Right, so, the ladies' bar, it's been a while.
Yeah, it does.
To be honest with you, the last time I was here, this now feels to me totally different. I don't know whether there's been any kind of renovation here. They say when there's renovation in a building, it's supposed to be allegedly very active.
You're right in what you're saying.
Right, okay.
If there's work, there's normally activity.
Yeah.
But I feel it's very calm, and I feel we will be in different locations, and I feel different hours of the night.
Okay.
It'll be more active than others, but I feel in this room it does feel very calm, like you said.
Yeah. I'd have to agree that it doesn't feel like there's a lot of sort of energy at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do feel it's quite calm. I mean, if we were to go further across to the side of the room, I feel it would change.
Take a walk through that doorway over there, Karen. Shall
Yes.
we go over that area?
Yes.
Yeah. So, this area seems to be a little bit different.
I feel more apprehensive with this room now, and especially if we're going into the next room as well.
To be honest with you, I feel like I've got butterflies in the
Yes,
stomach.
exactly.
Could you not put that down to the fact that you could be picking up on something
No.
that you don't understand?
No, I don't feel like I'm going somewhere where I shouldn't be going. I just feel like I've got butterflies, where Karen feels a little bit more apprehensive about going into that area out there.
The thing is, you've not got an explanation for why you feel the way you do.
I have an explanation. The fact that I've been walking through the building, will come up a set of stairs, and that's maybe just catching up with me a little bit.
Any names or anything like
Yes,
that?
quite a few names. I'm picking up the name Isabella, and also the name James as well. Not particularly in this area though. I feel sort of in this area here, and the name Annabelle as well.
You feel like you need to get into that balcony
Yes,
area?
I do. Yes,
Right.
I do. I feel there's a lot of movement up here. Maybe objects moved, maybe light bulbs going, because there's a lot of energy up here.
It is different already from in there, but I don't feel it's as cold in here, yet the windows are bigger.
Do you feel that the spirit activity in there, this gentleman, James or Annabelle, could be dropping temperatures in various areas?
Oh, definitely, definitely. When I've been on a vigil before, I've asked them to drop the temperature, and they will drop it by a couple of degrees. It does happen.
Shall we have a little walk a little bit further on through this area?
Yes, certainly.
Okay, come on, let's go then, yeah? Just mind your step, yeah?
Yeah. Again, I've still got a lot of apprehension now. Like you had the butterflies before, I've got that now.
Yeah.
And I feel we have been followed.
You're getting the feeling that we're being followed?
Yes.
Very interesting. Male or female?
I feel male.
Aggressive or not aggressive?
I feel a bit grumpy,
Okay.
you know, and a bit sort of temperamental, I need to say.
Okay.
But I feel just watching what we're doing.
That's how you're feeling at
Yes,
the moment?
yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Did you hear that then?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Did you hear that then?
No.
There was something else that just knocked again.
You're going to hear little knocks. That is a given in any location that we go to. There's a lot of cars going past. There's a lot of noise. Don't you believe that's the case here?
No.
Before Karen says anything, how do you feel about this room?
Whereas you guys were saying, well, you had butterflies and you were mentioning about apprehensive, I felt like I didn't want to come through here.
Is your mind playing a little bit of a trick on you? The fact that you have any sensations because you're in an allegedly very haunted building?
Is my mind playing tricks on me?
I don't think it is. It's got a lot of history here. So you're bound to pick up some sort of emotion from room to room. We work with our emotions and our feelings as well.
Karen, any names?
Edward.
Edward?
Edward. Bit of a ladies' man, but a bit of a gentleman, I need to say, but very courteous.
Some buckets on the floor there, man. Fall over them. The strange thing about this area is that this table seems to be set up for some kind of Seance. Do you believe that doing a seance on the table here now can bring energy into this building?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because the building's got a lot of history, there's a lot of energies left in here. People who've lived many, many years ago are content and happy living here. They've got a lot of memories here, and this is where they feel at home, so they will reside here.
A lot of groups use these tables and try and draw energy to the environment, but I think that kind of energy is just drawing their own energies, right? And if they're all in a bad mood, then that energy is going to create a really not nice atmosphere.
I'm sure Karen will agree with me on this, that spirits use our energy to be able to show themselves or do something. That's what they would use. They draw on our energy.
So you really believe that?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I do feel a bit uncomfortable in here. I believe the gentlemen especially are following us, and I've got one of the ladies sort of standing in the background. Standing in the background. Standing in the background.
When you said there was a lady down there, then we heard, I don't know whether the viewers would have heard this, but we heard like 2 knocks.
Yes. 2 knocks to me is confirmation. That's yes.
What was the name of the spirit again? Was it? Do you feel like there's a name?
I just feel it's Annabelle.
Annabelle.
The name Annabelle.
In that area. Just out of curiosity, do you want to call for Annabelle?
If Annabelle is in this area with us, will you walk towards us, please? Or give us some proof that you're here with us? By knocking or banging?
Very, very silent. There is a little bit of background noise because there is people outside. They're pretty much over the road and stuff, but we can hear noises. Before we had the helicopter above us, you know, all hell had broken loose outside, right? But unfortunately for you, Anthony Keeling, all hell hasn't broken loose inside.
Well,
so tell me why.
Unfortunately for me, but to be honest, I'm not as impatient as that.
I'm here for you to prove to me that there are spirits within this building.
Yeah.
Karen's here to back you up today, to help you, right, as a believer.
Well, why
right?
does that have to be straight away?
Well, it doesn't. We've been in this building for quite some time now. Karen's saying that there's something following us around this building, right? Yeah. Karen just called out for this particular lady, Annabelle, right? Yeah. I've never heard the building being so quiet. Even outside seemed to stop. Been in this building for quite a while now. And there's still nothing to me that's concrete. Couple of knocks before, a little bit of a sensation that I felt, you felt a sensation, Karen getting the feeling that apprehension and stuff like that. But other than that, it seemed to be our feelings. Before Anthony throws me off the balcony, I think we'll better move on now. We're going to move into the basement because we had some allegedly supernatural occurrences down there, Anthony, that you want to reenact.
There were supernatural experiences there. It's not a case of alleged. The chair moved.
Okay, just through this doorway here.
Okay.
Okay. I've got the feeling that someone's following us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, people could say that's paranormal, but that was just a feeling, a sensation that I had. Why am I having a sensation? Why?
Because someone is following us all the way round.
You believe there is?
Yes, I certainly do.
Unfortunately, this place is still having a lot of renovation going on, so unfortunately we're limited as to where we can actually walk here. But if my camera just shows you guys that it is going to be pretty difficult for us to try and reenact something now that we look here. But we will try, and we will see what we can do. Yeah. When we walk throughout this building, you're actually feeling that there was a couple of females and a couple of gentlemen, yeah? You got a feeling that we're being followed through the building as well, yeah?
Yes,
so, okay, well, what we're going to do is, right, is we're going to go upstairs and we're going to finish off, yeah? And then we're going to start our vigils. So, are you ready to start these vigils, Karen?
Oh, yes, I am.
Anthony, are you ready to start these vigils?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, let's take a little walk upstairs and then we'll have a little chat up there, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Off we go. So just through there. Karen Sherlock, it's been absolutely amazing having you here this evening, yeah?
Thank you.
From a believer's point of view and from a skeptical point of view as well. Yeah. Now, how can our viewers back at home, how can they contact Karen Sherlock?
They can contact me through Facebook, Karen Sherlock, Spiritualist Medium, or they can contact me through my email, which is karensherlock2005@yahoo.co.uk.
Okay, fantastic. Nice speaking with you, Karen, and we're definitely going to be doing some vigils shortly, okay?
Thank you.
This investigation will take you on a journey into the paranormal like no other. At the end of tonight's vigils, will Anthony still believe or will I still be a skeptic? We also want your opinion as the viewer. Will your mind be changed by what you're about to see, feel or hear? You can send us an email to thirdeyeinvestigations@live.co.uk, telling us your stories, telling us how you feel about this place this evening. Now, they say life's too short, or is it?
We've said we've been followed all night. I feel the name Edward is really important.
Is there an Edward here with us?
Annabelle, move something in this room.
There's been a gentleman standing next to you on your right hand side.
It feels like it's my side.
Albert, is that not the power of suggestion?
How can that be power of suggestion?
I'd like to disagree with you and say no.
You weren't suggesting that to me.
But no matter which way I said it, I really do believe that what you experienced in there was not paranormal. Are you saying it is?
Yeah. The noise is down there. Can you make that noise again? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you do that?
Open them windows now. Prove to me, as a skeptic, something needs to happen and needs to happen fast. What are you seeing? Are you seeing any shadows? Are you seeing any silhouettes?
I keep seeing flashes of light at the bottom of the room.
There is nothing so far that's convinced me. Make yourself known. I don't believe you're here, and I do believe that I am talking to thin air.
I really don't understand how you could say that there's nothing happened yet. Can you affect Fran in some way?
I feel really dizzy, to be honest with you.
Well, you wanted evidence.
You've had reactions, but they're just not good enough for you again.
You think the chair moved? Make it move again then.
Move that chair again.
Do you exist and you're staying in the shadows? Right, okay, we've just started our vigil in the God's Bar. Anthony Keeling is with us, our believer.
Yep, hi.
Karen Sherlock, Karen's with us, our medium.
Hello.
We also have Pete Wade, who's going to give us a little bit of information to basically back up what Karen has to say. We do have Saul, who's our cameraman, who's going to join us tonight for these vigils. Just in case you forgot, you've got me, I'm Frank Humphries, and I'm a Sceptic. I'm going to battle it out tonight against Anthony, and we've got Karen as a guide for Anthony, yeah? Karen, first of all, are you feeling anything in this area at all?
I feel the name Edward is really important, and as we've walked in, I'm getting a cold breeze coming in behind me here, so I do feel that they're in here with us.
Anthony, do you want to call out, do you want to ask for this Edward to do something?
Yeah. Is there an Edward here with us? Can you make yourself known to us?
Karen, how old is this gentleman? How old
I'd
would you
put
say?
him about, say, 58, 60, that sort of age range.
Right. Is this the age he passed?
No, I feel he was a few years older than that, but I feel he's quite happy at that age.
If there's a man by the name of Edward in this God's Bar, if you are here, can you show us all and use part of our energy to manifest or to make some kind of sound, not outside of this area, but within this area we are now?
Whether something's tickling me, I don't know, but just like the odd sort of like tickle on my face or my ear.
Karen, any idea of why Anthony's feeling that?
As we said at the very, very beginning, when Anthony picked up with his face being swollen, I feel this has got a connection to this gentleman that's coming in. And I think that's what Anthony's picking up at the moment.
What are you seeing? Are you seeing any shadows? Are you seeing any silhouettes? What do you see anything at all? Or do you just see, like I do, like Pete, Anthony, you know?
In this particular area at the present moment in time, I feel I'm not picking up anyone here, but I do at both entries, the points, the doorways here.
Right,
I do
okay.
feel we are being watched and they're standing in observation, you know, watching what we're doing. and they're interested in what we're talking about.
Not many groups, to be honest, actually come in here as we are and really spend any time. Yeah, we've had one or two quite memorable occasions where we've had figures in the doorway. It has got, I think, certainly on one occasion, got quite scary as well.
There's a cupboard here behind us, Karen, yeah?
Yeah.
So just let's open this cupboard now. Inside here, I can't see anything. Can I? Have you got a torch there?
I have, yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Right, what is in here? Nothing but old light bulbs. So the only thing in that cupboard is light bulbs. Now, Anthony, I want you to stand inside that cupboard.
All right.
Okay, come on, you're a big believer, you're here to prove to me, right? I want you to stand inside that cupboard.
Nothing to do with the fact that I was warned about light bulbs.
Okay, well, let's look at it from a sceptical point of view. I want you to stand inside that cupboard while me and Karen call out here, yeah? Anthony's inside there now. We're going to close this door over.
Yeah.
And we're going to call out to see whether or not he can pick up anything in that area, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to walk down the other end of this lodge bar and we're going to call out and we're going to ask for something to happen to you in there. You're not going to be able to hear us, so we're going to see whether he can pick up on anything, yeah?
Yeah.
A few days prior to our investigation, Anthony spoke with a friend who told him to be aware of light bulbs. Okay, Anthony, don't call out, just keep recording, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit nervous. Right, let's see if we get anything anyway.
Right, Karen, as a medium, do you have the power of suggestion to make Anthony feel that something is happening to him? He can't hear us at all.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I want you to say you want the spirit to maybe touch Anthony, maybe make a noise in that area, maybe even make a light bulb in there explode.
If there's anyone here, especially Edward, if you could join Anthony in the room, either make it cold or the light bulbs, move the light bulbs around, just to prove that you're in there with him in that room.
If there is a spirit of a gentleman or any females within this area at all, can you go to where Anthony is inside the cupboard, and I'd like you to move his hair, just maybe tap him on the head, make one of the light bulbs explode within that cupboard. Now, although I asked Anthony not to call out, it didn't take him long to totally ignore what I'd asked. And I guess all the believers watching will say he had good reason.
I feel like something's definitely tickling my head, but just pulling my hair, like little bits. That's what it feels like. Just like that. Go on, leave that basket. Come on, show yourself. Do something. Show us. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, are you there? Can you open the door?
It was hard to get sort of like angles in the place because there's only so far you can hold the camera up, but I was getting the sensation that like something was pulling at my hair, like little strands, just like that.
What do you think of that, Karen?
Well, you wanted evidence.
Right,
and I
but
think
listen,
that's...
yeah, you think that's paranormal evidence?
Yes.
Is that not? Did we ask for that to happen?
Yes,
did
we
I
did.
ask for that to happen?
You did.
Right. Is that not the power of suggestion?
I'd like to disagree with you and say no.
I asked exactly what you've just said. I asked for a female or male or anyone to run their hands on top of your head, on top of your hair. I asked for that to happen.
I felt like there was something right over my shoulder, And like I say, that's the only way in which I could have described it, was like just nipping at my hair.
They done an experiment a long while ago. I haven't seen an experiment since, where they stood people behind a mirror, and the mirror was halfway up a set of steps, and they were saying to the people walking up the stairs, look at me, look at me, look at me. 80% to 90% of them people stopped on the stairs, turned round and looked back towards the mirror, because the power of suggestion was to send a signal to them other human beings that something was behind that mirror. I think a lot of this plays part in the paranormal, whereas people think it's spirits, but the power of suggestion is playing a really big part, and a lot of people who are believing are just falling for the power of suggestion.
I'd like to disagree with you with that. There is a percentage, there is some belief in it, but I'd say 80 to 90% I feel it's paranormal.
How can that be power of suggestion? Because I wasn't hearing you say that, so you weren't suggesting that to me.
No, we weren't suggesting it to you, but we were sending an energy to you from what we were saying.
So do you believe you have the capability to send energy to someone else to affect them that way?
As a human being, yeah.
Would you say that's normal, or would you say that that's paranormal?
It is normal, yeah. The power of suggestion is normal. That can be done.
So you think that you
it can be measured.
manipulated how I felt in that room?
I really do believe that, yeah. I really do believe that what you experienced in there was not paranormal. But no matter which way I said it, it was not a spirit that would have made your hair do that.
You would have had to have planted that idea in my head that something like that was
No,
going to happen.
no, not really.
That's the power of suggestion.
We're going to be here all night. This is what I'm saying to you, is what you've just experienced within that cupboard was not paranormal. Are you saying it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so Karen, that's a classic believer, believing that what happened to them is paranormal. Now, for a little bit of a hair to move on your head and to think that that's paranormal, I think that's a bit wrong.
No, I don't think it's wrong. We've said we've been followed all night. I do feel it's a spirit in with Anthony that made that happen.
After spending approximately 45 minutes in the God's Bar and nothing much happening other than Anthony's hair-raising experience, we made our way down into the ladies' bar to see if a voice that I thought I'd heard on a previous investigation at the Winter Gardens was that of a female spirit. Okay, we're in the ladies' bar, Karen. This is an area where I heard what sounded like a female voice, and it sounded a bit like a whimper. Now, I want to ask that female, if you were once living and you were in this area, I want you to make exactly the same sound you did the last time I was here. If you are a female spirit and you are in the Morecambe Winter Gardens, make some kind of sound that can convince us you're here. Peter, you were speaking before about some kind of reported activity in this area. Was it the windows opening up, Pete?
Well, that was in the room that Anthony's got his back to at the moment. And it was on a windy night.
Just like now?
Just like tonight.
There was a noise through here then.
Yeah, but there was also a car went past at the same time.
No, it was inside.
Could just be the winds just moving something.
Okay. Right, if you're a spirit and you're in this area and you've opened them windows in the past, can you open them windows now? I see where you're coming from, Peter, though, because them windows could, there is a forceful wind out there and that could blow them windows open, but you're saying that the windows are securely locked.
Yeah, so the windows had never blown open before and haven't blown open since.
Do you believe anything has happened here so far?
Yeah. I don't see how you can say that that hasn't. I really don't understand how you can say that there's nothing happened yet.
Well, there's nothing happened to convince me Right, that's what we're doing here, right? We're trying to convince me. I'm here fighting my battle on behalf of the Sceptics, and there is nothing so far at Morecambe that's convinced me. After some alleged paranormal occurrences in the God's Bar, the balance seemed to shift back towards the Sceptics, as the ladies' bar and the veranda seemed to fall very short of anything supernatural. With this in mind, we moved on into the balcony area.
If there's anybody here with us, can you please do something? Can you affect one of us? Can you affect Fran in some way?
Right, strange you should say that, because my ear just felt like someone was tickling my ear, but my jacket's right next to it. Okay. I do have Pete sat behind me somewhere there, Pete, wherever you are. Where are you, Pete? Yeah, okay, so I don't think your arms are that long, Peter? No. Okay.
There's noises down there. There are noises down that end.
Karen, can you hear anything?
It's like rustling.
Call out, Ant.
If there's anybody there, can you make that noise again? Can you make that noise again? Did you hear a knock?
I did, yeah.
Are they there or not? Where did that come from to you?
It sounded like it was to your left.
By this window?
Yeah.
Ask for that to happen again.
If that's somebody here with us, can you make that knock again?
Louder.
Can you repeat that again?
Come on, surely, spirits of the Morecambe Winter Gardens. If you are here, make any kind of noise you like. Prove to me as a skeptic and to everybody that's here now.
I would like to say if they could knock something over, that would give us the proof, or move something in this room.
Yeah, well said.
That would give us the evidence that's needed, and I feel they are very capable of doing that.
Annabelle, if you're here, move something in this room. After spending 30 minutes calling out in the balcony area and hearing nothing more than a couple of thuds, which I'm sure the skeptics watching would say it's nothing more than a few old building noises, so we decided to make our way into the gentleman's bar. I probably felt more the last time I was here than what I do this time. Is there any reason why that is the case? Anthony's nose.
Because I think you're being quite
Can I take this camera?
flippant, to be honest.
Right.
And to be honest, I think pretty much any believer out there would actually find that quite disrespectful.
Am I wrong in speaking my mind as a skeptic?
No.
Should I?
Not at all.
So what do you want me to do then? Do you want me to say that I feel like there's all kinds of energy going on in here and this is the most abnormal place I've ever been?
How many times is it about that sort of saying that it's not what you say, it's how you say it?
Okay.
And to be honest, you are quite flippant. You're coming across as pretty arrogant, to be honest.
It sounds that way, doesn't it? I'm not arrogant, I'm a bit peed off. The fact that I'm not getting no reactions when I'm stood freezing me backside off.
You've had reactions, but they're just not good enough for you again.
Unless something happens in this area now, I think we've pretty much only got one area to go to, and that's down into the basements. Now, you know, something needs to happen, and needs to happen fast for me to believe in anything.
There's been a gentleman standing next to you on your right hand side in this corner, in the shadows there. And he's been there quite a while as you've been talking to Fran here. I keep getting the name Albert with him.
I'm feeling a sharp pain right across my
stomach.
Albert, if you're here and you're stood next to Anthony, show me yourself as some kind of light.
I'm just getting that pain.
Why would he be getting that sensation, Karen?
He's putting his emotions on Anthony, like we said at the beginning of this programme, and I feel he's impressing his feelings around him because he's in this corner and he's been following us around. Right. I'd ask him to give him more emotion that he could put on Anthony.
Okay. Albert, if this is you and you're in this area, why are you affecting Anthony in this way? Can you do something else? Make a noise in this area, please. Show yourself as a light anomaly. Do you have any energy to show us?
It feels like it's my side.
Like a stitch?
Yeah.
Sorry to do this right, but I need to know, the last time you were here, you had a light anomaly under the table and you didn't actually see it at the time. So I want you to call out for me and ask for some kind of light anomaly in this area.
Right.
Karen, can you stand next to Anthony when
yes.
He calls out? Yeah.
I will do.
If there's anybody here with us, can you show yourself as a light by me, by Karen?
We've asked you, we've pleaded with you, are you just having a laugh with us? Do you exist and you're staying in the shadows? Karen, paranormal investigation, you've been on a few of them, yeah?
Yes, I have.
As far as investigations go, is this the norm? Is this what normally happens? Just quiet stuff? Or is there a possibility of all hell breaking loose once we get down into the basement? How does it work? How does it all work?
There's certain parts in this theatre that's going to be more prominent than others. And again, there's a lot that goes on in here. It's just for us to experience it.
Why do you feel that energy seems to be at one part of the building and not the other, but yet there is somebody that possibly is following us around?
I think, as I said at the beginning, I feel they are very curious what we're here for. Okay. We're asking for the proof. We're waiting for the proof to be given, which we've had little snippets of it. But at the moment, we want more, as in something that's moved, to give us more evidence.
Yeah.
And I feel that possibly will happen. Okay. We've got a lot of emotions that are going on at the moment, and Nancy's got their feelings. We've had them all night, and we've had little noises now and again, but we need something a bit stronger for them to come through.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, spot on.
So I have to say, I do feel fine now.
So why would that be, Karen? Why would an energy come and tell Anthony, look, my abdomen, my stomach and stuff like that, and then...
What was that?
Well, that was... Oh, did you hear that?
What was that?
What?
Something being...
It sounded like...
on the wall.
Something scratching.
No, it sounded like you, Saul.
Oh, I did breathe in.
Yeah, that was Saul.
What?
It did sound... It sounded like a...
Yeah.
No, it
wasn't like that.
No, it wasn't like that. It was like...
Which direction did it come from?
You know,
here.
well, in this court, you know, like say if there's like a plastic sheet, somebody scratches the nails down it, sort of thing.
Anthony, I'm not brushing this off here. I don't think that was paranormal because I heard it, we all heard it, and Saul did say that he breathed at the same time. Just let's say it isn't. Call out.
If there's anybody here, can you make that noise again? Can you do something?
By this point, the night certainly seemed to be more about the arguments than the paranormal activity. We left the gentleman's bar and headed down into the basement to see if a chair that is alleged to have been moved by a spirit on a previous investigation was going to mysteriously move again. Did Karen Sherlock's and Anthony Keeling's spirits have one more paranormal performance to play out under the stage? Or is this the night the Sceptics stole the show? The chair was here, I feel really dizzy, to be honest with you. Where was the chair? Can you remember exactly how it was in that position?
It's sort of...
Right. Anthony, you've got a trigger object, yeah?
Yeah.
Roll it a little bit across that chair. Okay.
So if that's going to move...
We're going to hear it, right? So let's step back here into this area. If there's any spirits here in the basement and you move that chair or you've moved anything in this room, then we'd like you to do the same thing now, please. There's an object on the chair. If you'd like to roll it, move it, do anything you please with it, throw it.
The spirit who moved that chair last time, move that chair again. Prove it wasn't an optical illusion.
So the optical illusion was a little bit like I'm standing now. Anthony, come and have a look.
But that's blatantly the camera moving.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to make the illusion.
Yeah.
And the illusion doesn't seem to be happening.
Because the chair moved last time.
Well, you think the chair moved? Make it move again then. Off you go.
Come on. Prove it wasn't an optical illusion.
I think it's quite active because I keep seeing flashes of lights at the bottom of the room there. I don't know if you've caught it on camera, but it keeps moving about, as in a zigzag across the room. I do feel if we did say a bit more, I feel we would get that as well.
Come on, surely you're here. Surely it's now or never to prove that you're here. If there's a spirit of any females, any males, any energy whatsoever here in the basement, make yourself known. Bring your energy to this area, please. I don't believe you're here, and I do believe that I am talking to thin air. Do you want to prove me wrong? Run towards us. Show yourself. Is there anything else we can do? Is there anything at all?
I think we've had a lot of little things going on tonight, and it has been about all that, and you dismissed it as power suggestion and all that crap, but...
And all that crap, I don't think it's crap, I think it's true.
Well, no, it's not really, because you didn't put that, you didn't suggest that into my... You didn't put that in my head.
From a skeptic's point of view, the whole night seemed to be one of nothing but dead ends. I'm sure the believers watching will disagree. Anthony will no doubt hold on to what he felt inside the cupboard in the God's Bar and use this as his argument to say the Morecambe Winter Gardens is a haunted building. We left the basement and headed back to ground level to summarise the night's findings. I've had a look at this building now for the second time. We've walked through, we've asked for various different types of things to happen. And I really do believe Morecambe Winter Gardens really has to give us a lot more than what we've experienced here tonight to convince me as a skeptic and our skeptic viewers that spirits exist.
I think that you've dismissed the most sort of prominent shows of paranormal activity here. Right. Obviously, You've dismissed it as power of suggestion. I do not agree with that whatsoever, because in no way did you suggest that to me.
Do you believe what happened up in that area was paranormal?
I do certainly believe that, yes.
Right,
I feel there's no way that Anthony would have known what we actually said, because he couldn't hear us because we're the other end of the room.
Right. Has this happened before where people ask for spirits to do things to others and
Yes.
it does happen?
Yes, they do.
We then went down to the ladies' bar, Anthony. I tried to call out for some of the things that had happened on the previous occasion we were there. It just didn't happen.
It's not like there was nothing happening, just not the massive statement that you're always looking for.
You always refer to it as being the wow factor. I refer to it as being the answers to the questions that me as a skeptic is asking for the viewers out there. There's little taps and sounds and bits and bobs, but nothing that you can walk away and say, that is paranormal. What about the gentleman's bar? How did you feel in there?
There were some very strange sensations. I had a pain across my stomach, and it sort of moved into what felt like a stitch. There's been all sorts of things that have been affecting me in quite a way that have made me feel quite uncomfortable.
Karen, you refer to a gentleman by the name of Albert.
Yes.
What was the connection between Albert and the way Anthony was feeling?
When spirit work with you, they'll give you all the feelings, all the emotions, maybe the illnesses that they had.
Okay.
And they impress that on Anthony, and that's what he felt.
It's very difficult to prove to me and to all the skeptics out there that what he was feeling.
Unless you received the pain yourself, which you did feel something tonight because you felt the emotion.
We've all been in that situation.
Yeah.
We're all made of the same material.
Yeah.
We're all going to have these different sensations and different feelings. We're not, you know, if we were all stood there together and then we all had pains, then that would be something that I would start to question. Why are we all feeling the same thing? Yeah. Then it becomes more plausible.
Yeah.
We can then start relating to it possibly being a paranormal occurrence. We moved on then into the basement itself. Now we put the chair where it was and we tried to make it this optical illusion a reenactment. You even put a trigger object on top of the chair. I don't believe that the chair moved. I don't believe the object on the chair moved. But we couldn't reenact the optical illusion.
The thing is, it wasn't an optical illusion.
So you believe that on the last occasion we were here, the chair moved?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to leave that up to the viewers to decide what they think themselves, because, you know, I believe myself that the chair didn't move on the last occasion. I believe we didn't have the chair in the right place to film out the same optical illusion. So it really is out for debate.
Well,
because
no, it's not, because it's, as you said earlier, the proof is in the pudding. Yeah. The chair moved last time. You will not change my mind on that, and I'm sure you won't change the mind of a lot of people who have seen that footage.
Okay. Anthony Keeling, really nice to have you back and to speak with you again. Karen Sherlock, fantastic, nice having you here. Nice cold hands, yes. Karen, yes, okay. And Pete Wade, as ever, you've been an absolute star as well. Thank you for joining us, sir. Yeah. There we go, Morecambe Winter Gardens. Is this place paranormally active? Well, Anthony Keeling seems to think so, and I'm still pretty much a skeptic. Are you ready to join us?